Hate podcast with Brucey, Chuff and Losh.
How are we, gents? It's Tuesday. We're in the studio. Loshy.
Happy to be here. Happy to be alive.
Brucey, yeah, that is an absolute story. Have we got a yarn for the Any Give and Take listeners?
So, Damon, you had a, would you call it a, how do we put this?
Not
A
near.
dance with death.
Yeah.
No, I'd say even worse.
Will we say it's...
I wouldn't be as dramatic to say near death, but like...
Did your life flash before your eyes?
Nah.
Did you
Nah, nothing
fear
like
for
that.
your life?
Nah.
Were you scared?
Yes. Oh, not scared, but afterwards a bit rattled. Like shaken up. It took a little bit for it to like settle. So, should I explain?
Okay, so how did you get...
Yeah, explain this, because this is a pretty crazy story to happen while you're driving, what, 70, 80
So I
Ks?
was going down Leach Highway towards Tonkin Highway. Okay.
Busy road.
Eastbound, whatever. And I get to about where Abernethy Road is, so maybe a couple kilometres before Tonkin. And this car, this black Barina, drives up next to me. And this young guy, Aboriginal guy, starts waving a tyre lever out the window. Like the metal you use to, take the tyre or you bolt off your tyres. Nuts off your tyres.
Yeah, it's just something you put in the car when you're driving.
Metal,
Yeah.
solid bolt. And he starts waving it out the car. And I was just in my own world driving. I had one of those dental floss little disposable stick things. And I was just like playing with my teeth. Like just literally just like leaning on that.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I saw him behind me, he sort of waving at me. And he kind of looked young. I thought he was just, being cheeky. And I kind of just didn't really look at it.
Was he sticking his hand out the window?
Yeah, and like waving it.
Like he was in the lane next
He was in the lane next to me. And he was in the passenger seat.
Well,
So he's in the
so
passenger.
he's
Right.
he's
So-
arm's distance away.
So yeah, so he's on my right.
So who's driving?
Some lady.
Like, as a chick? Okay.
All right.
Anyone else in the car?
3 kids in the back seat. All right.
Oof.
He starts waving it. And I was just sort of like, I didn't even like really, I had my sunnies on. I kind of just sort of like gave him like a little.
Can I interject? Did you do anything prior to this? Like, were you just drive? Did you accidentally
cut
cut
him
someone
off?
off?
No. I was in the left lane the whole way. Like nothing. Like emerged onto that left lane. Nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
You hadn't seen him prior?
No, nothing at all. I didn't even know how long he was next to me on the right.
What car was he driving?
They were in
She driving.
They were in a black Barina.
Old?
Not the smallest Barina. Like a 4-door,
Look, almost like the old Astra.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a big car.
Not a big car.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know how long he was on my right because I was just literally just facing forward. I had a podcast in my ear, on my left, in my headphone, and I just had just driving along. And then I noticed him doing. I kind of just sort of like gave him like a sideways smile and like a head nod because I just sort of thought he was just being funny with a waving around and didn't think anything of it. They kind of went forward a little bit, kind of not out of sight, but like he sat back in the car. Didn't think anything of it. And then just the way it flowed, I sort of caught up a little bit again. And then he starts waving it again at me. And I just didn't look at him.
What? How was he waving? Was he like half hanging out of the car? Like
Yeah, it was one arm, just the arm out of it. And then he started, as they got more forward, he sort of held it like a gun. He held like the smaller part of it that he used to actually undo the nut and like pointed at me like pretending it was a gun. And I kind of still...
So he was being a fuckhead.
Yeah, and I was still just kind of laughing, and I was like, he's not going to do anything with that. Like, and I'm not even like looking at him. Like, he's just being cheeky. Didn't think of it. And then comes back again, and then he starts like a bit more aggressively, like waving it around, and I just sort of like looked, but then like just sort of kept my eyes forward. I was like, whatever. And then he went forward, and he kind of like aggressively, they aggressively sort of slowed down, and he. Like half his body hanging out the window. And I was like, fuck. And I noticed that he was like coming. And then my window was down as well.
So was he trying to hit the front windscreen? Like hit it or launch it at
By
you?
the time he
Hasn't
threw
got
it,
to that part yet.
by the time he threw it, yeah. So I'm driving along anyway. And then I noticed that and I was like, fuck, he's going to actually do this. So there was no one in front of me. I knew that. And it was straight road. So like, I just thought.
So you're about to hit 100 or 80 or whatever.
I was still doing 80 or 90 whatever. So I just knew that keep my arm straight. I'm not going to hit anything.
Yeah.
And like brace, I kind of like braced that it was going to hit me. And I just sort of raised my right shoulder to sort of block my head as much as I could.
Fuck, you know.
But just locked my steering wheel forward. So I thought, Because if he hit me, like, I'm not gonna fucking go sideways. I'm going into the railing. I'm doing, whatever.
Yeah, and you're in a van. You're in a big work van.
I was in the Ute.
Oh, you're in the Ute.
It's a
Oh,
little
shit.
Rodeo. And then fucking bang! You just hear this fucking thing hit the car. And because I like sort of flinched and looked away, and I looked up, right in front of my face in the windscreen, was just completely cracked. Not smashed through, but like...
How didn't it go through at that speed?
Fuck knows, man. I don't know how he didn't get it through the window.
That's what I mean. How did the fuck did it not come into the car?
Do you think he was aiming for you or the windscreen?
Well,
Where it hit and where he was on the side of the car, it was kind of just like he got... I think if he wanted to hit the car, he would have aimed for sort of bonnet or, a bit lower maybe.
Did they
more
speed
area.
off after they hit?
No. They slowed down. And then I was just kind of first in shock. And like I said, I had my headphone in. So I just straight away like, hey, Google, call the police.
Yeah.
And then they were behind me for a while still. So I called the police, whatever, explained what happened. I gave them the number plate straight away. Before they even threw it, but when he first started waving it, I looked at the number plate and put it straight in my head.
Yeah.
So straight away it was in there. I could recite it right now. I'll be able to recite it for the rest of my life.
So did you slow down or did you go after him?
No. He was behind me.
So he ended up behind you.
And then I'm thinking, what am I going to do firstly? We're both in traffic. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon. We're about to head into traffic. Like, I'm not going to get out of my car.
Yeah.
I can't get out of my car. There's
Not
no
when
traffic
they do
lights.
something
the old D mule would have got out.
Oh, mate. The old me would have just slammed on the brakes and taken out that whole car. Yeah. But I was like, if he's willing to do that,
What else is he willing
I
to do?
cannot stress
Wait,
when I say
was he big, skinny?
No reason at all. Like I did,
So
had a dental floss stick in my mouth. That's all I was playing
This
with.
scumbag.
He didn't think I was giving him the finger. There's nothing he could mistake it for. It was a complete. He was just jacked up and just wanted it. He didn't look cooked.
No.
And he could have been anywhere between 16 and 28.
Okay, and
With
was
3
his,
kids.
was his misso, did she look like she was a Darrow?
I couldn't really see. I
piece of
honestly
shit as
couldn't
well?
really see. But he just look at his face. He went from
So
being
he-
like cheeky, and then I was like, he's kind of looks
He's
serious.
definitely cooked. Like, I know you're saying he's not cooked.
Oh, no. I'm saying he
He's
didn't look it, but he definitely is.
he's
You don't
cooked
just
in-
do that.
He's cooked.
You don't just
right?
do that.
So this scumbag's cooked. You know how we're not going to divulge what this person is, but we
What,
know
piece-
how they
piece
can
of
act
shit?
sometimes, right? So we know how they can, they get into that mentality where they think
Hero.
and their definition of hero is to make someone else suffer,
Yeah.
not anything
But
that's
it's
remotely
amazing-
should be
it's
associated
amazing,
with.
like how much goes through your head in a short period of time.
Oh, massively.
Just like while driving stuff, because I'm like, don't just assume this guy's going to actually do it. Like,
You did-
when I
you
sort
did
of
the
gave
right-
him a light,
So
a
did-
smile,
You did the
laugh,
right thing.
Did he actually throw it or just hit your car?
launched it,
Launched it.
like just fucking bang, like it hit.
And then so what happened afterwards? They just sit behind you?
They sat behind us for a bit. I had the cops on the phone. Then we got off Tonkin Highway.
Did they-
still
You got off the same
exit? Because I was kind of thinking, if they go straight, should I follow them? And then I'm like, what's the point of me following them? Like, what am I really going to do?
Oh, so but this time were you behind them again?
no, they're still
they're
behind
still
me.
behind
And I
okay,
kind
so
of
you're
thought,
you're off.
and I where you get to that part of Tonkin, you can either stay on it and it goes towards Armidale, or you get off to go north. And they were still staying far right, and I was like, where are they going to go? And they came same way as me, and then they got off at Dunreath. I assumed to go to Costco to go and buy fucking nappies and
Yeah.
And did he do anything else? Did he get out of the window again?
Nothing else.
Just sat inside the car.
And just sat, and then they got off the exit, and I was just sort of just shocked. I was just like,
And what
I can't believe it just
obviously
happened.
spoke to the cops. What were they saying?
no, they just said what the card number, blah blah. Then they put me through another part, repeated it all, said what happened.
Surely they just go straight to the house where the car's registered and rest
Yeah,
the
well,
bloke.
about an hour later, the cops called me back and they said, yeah, the details will match up, the make and model of the car, the number plate. We've got an address. We'll be in touch. I didn't hear from him today.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You got to think that shit must happen
Oh, man.
on a
One thing I didn't
constantly.
think of at the time, like, because there was so much going on, and I was on the phone to the cops. There was a toll truck, a big green toll truck, like behind them. He would have just seen everything. And they've all got the dash cam footage. They've got everything like that. I was like, I should have made note of like a number of years.
This
or
makes
something.
me sick because that happened to you, but it could happen to my wife and
If
kid.
that happened to my missus, she would have freaked out and gone off the road,
Yeah.
and something way worse would have happened.
Yeah.
I just like I said, you think about so much in a split second. I just thought to myself, keep my arms straight, and just brace just in case he
Just
actually does do
I
this.
can't believe he didn't come through the window at that
So
speed.
it's a terrible shot by
I'm
him.
going to get a dash cam for the new car.
I thought
Yeah?
about
I
it.
think
Now
I have
it's
to.
like you see shit like that.
I think now, and for me, road rage is the stupidest thing you could do on like in terms of the road is dangerous, let alone you act in an irresponsible way.
Yeah.
So the other day there was that uni student who was in an Uber, and Uber's got a flat tire on the freeway, mind you. And instead of like what you can do if you have a flat tire on the freeway, you pull over, you call a number, and it's a free tow truck service, and they tow you to a somewhere safe.
Instant response.
They decided to change the tire on the road,
That's so dumb.
and an SUV or something came and collected the kid and killed him.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck, that's
So
sad.
like for me, it's that no one did in a sense. Someone did something wrong, but it was apparently the guy who hit him like pulled over. He was trying to help. Like it wasn't a hit and run or anything like that.
Trying to change a fucking
But
tire
you're changing a tire. Clearly, it would have been a right tire, like on the right.
Yeah.
And this is the thing: is that so much can go wrong. Like that instance, the kid's life is gone. The family. Again, that's not road rage, but it's just like that.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, the person who hit him was not paying attention.
And doing 100.
Right? You could easily just look at your phone for
Yeah.
a second.
Oh man, it makes me sick.
Right? And everyone does it. Some people do it worse than others. But you look at it's and bang, gone.
I'm on the road a lot, obviously, when I do deliveries, and the amount of people you see that are just like
Just not paying attention.
head down in the phone, like head in the lap, head down. I'm like, mine sits there like in front of me on my cradle, whatever, and I do a lot of voice to type stuff. But you do it at the lights, fair enough. But at the lights, some people you see them driving, they just head down.
I
like,
had an
freeway.
Uber driver today. Now, he picked me up. He had his phone down like where the cup holders are for the directions.
Yeah, it's it.
Now, he's looking and then looking down. Like
Yeah.
he's not watching the road.
No.
There was a point where I had to tell him, you got to turn off there, mate. And then he covered it by saying, oh, you want to go here? No, that's where you need to go.
mate. Yeah, good
Right?
stuff.
Like you're looking down at you're not looking down at the phone. Like seriously, if you're an Uber, buy a fucking stand.
I remember this.
They give them to you. I'm pretty sure.
You got like
I'm
this,
90% sure Uber provides you with one.
yeah, I have to tell my missus every now and then, don't do it. I'm not perfect, but like I'm with you. Like just wait to get traffic lights or
Yeah.
something like that. But even then, don't do it then. Like just don't do it. Use Siri. Use all that.
I remember one time it would have been near Hutton Street. I had the CRV still, and I was driving. I think I was driving down to. That was
a good car.
spring.
Sorry.
I was driving down to my PT down in Kingsway. So I'm following this sort of, I wouldn't say it's a big truck or anything, but it's got like the tray and he's got wooden pallets on it. And I could see they weren't tied down. Like only some were tied down. There was one sitting on the top. I was like, that thing's not fucking tied down. Keep going, 5 minutes, just passing Hutton Street. Thing blows off
that.
the van.
Final destination.
So bro. You know when you're sitting there, you're like, you could see that guy was about to fry it. I could see this thing like just like lifting
Yeah,
up like that.
right.
It's like, oh, this is gonna go. This is gonna go, and it went straight down on the road. Starts doing cartwheels, and then literally springs up. My car's coming towards it, hits the bonnet, smashes the bonnet. If it had gone like straight into the windscreen, I probably wouldn't be here because that would have come flying in and would have gone straight up my head.
That's what I
but
mean, like,
how it was spinning, it landed. It was like on the corner, so it was like a wheel.
end, yeah.
And then it's gone up, hit the bonnet over my car, and then straight into another car's bonnet, and then got stuck on the road. But this thing was like a full size pallet.
Fuck, man.
And I was just, when you said that, you were like, oh shit, I was what to do, just brace. I just went like that, and it hit the car and fucking flipped over my car. I was like,
See,
Nothing-
happens so quick.
Nothing makes me more sick than stuff on the road doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean,
that's just, mate, that's just
but
lazy,
then
not
like this,
tying
like
it down.
tied down.
drunk driver.
He's tied
that
down
doesn't-
4 other things and leaves the top one not.
Drunk driver doesn't need to do it. Get a fucking Uber. Get a taxi.
Yeah.
Costs $30 max, and it's you get home safely.
Yeah.
People that drive on the wrong side of the road, not paying attention, head on, bang. Or that's always the southwest, fall
just
asleep
don't
kind of thing.
understand- yeah, fall asleep and
Like
then just
not
the-
paying attention. I don't know. But like all these instances where people die, and it's just like it's such
Unnecessary.
a unnecessary loss.
Well, boys, our first segue for the night. So in Butler,
Let's transgress.
let's transgress. In Butler last night, Vandals throwing chemicals over cars in Butler. Now, back in the day, we had some, let's say, experiences egging,
Yeah.
as I'm sure most teenage, adolescent people have done in their life, throwing the old eggs.
Eggs, come on.
When did it change to
Oh, they do make it
fucking
a little
pouring
Eggs
chemicals on
suck.
They're not
cars?
the easiest to get off.
suck.
Eggs suck. I remember cleaning that one
It's
we got
stupid.
inside my dad's
You were
ute.
saying like pouring chemicals isn't even like
Getting
fun.
out and pouring chemicals, you could have seen
you're
the
not throwing
damage.
anything. You're just causing nothing but problems.
Absolutely
Imagine
nuts.
being
Look
the-
at the damage.
Imagine being the parent of one of these kids.
More importantly, imagine if the dickheads got it on themselves, because that's fucking chewing through metal.
What do
Look at
they
that.
actually use?
Fuck. I think it says.
Who knows?
This is very
Look at
like
Lewis
a-
done the
thinner
paint.
kind of thing. But like, imagine being a parent of someone who acts like that.
Yeah. See.
Hang on, what?
Like- You know,
Yeah, but that's sort of like
Chemicals are stupid.
Solvent-based substances being
Yeah.
poured over cars.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
just for the pure sake of causing problems.
That's like an egg you can wash off a car.
Yeah.
That
look,
they're
I
gonna
think
need to
all
repaint
all that
that.
stuff is stupid. Like, you know, I don't look back at that stuff fondly at all. But like, that is like legitimately you're out to do damage.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unnecessary.
That's not fun.
No,
Like
that's
going
not
there
it.
pouring
That's
on that car.
Throwing an egg is you're still throwing it. You're
No,
trying to
hang
aim.
on.
You get you like there's a
That's going up
sporting
to a
element
car
to it.
and pouring something on it. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, no. Especially
So
on
these
the outside.
people in that, like, if I lived in that neighborhood and this was happening to my car, but also other people's cars, I'd set up a neighborhood watch. So okay,
Everyone
like,
just
we got
parking your car.
all right. There's 15 of us, 3 of us each night. We're gonna fucking patrol the streets.
Are we talking
now,
like
you just-
Ben
no,
Stiller,
so you- like
Jonah
that.
Hill, neighborhood
You
watch?
just park in your car, put the seat down a little bit, and you just keep.
No,
an
but you
eye out
need.
in
You
a
can't be
parked
one.
car.
You can't be one
No,
person.
there's a few of you.
You got a few,
Split up.
right?
and you got radios.
Yeah,
like
walkie-talkie.
Are we,
I'd
get,
go
are we getting
full
jackets made up?
full hog.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'd go to the extent that, yeah, take a couple weeks off work. Like, you know, like just hunt them down.
Kevin McCallum.
Yeah, well, do you reckon they'd be
traps.
ballsy enough to come back and do it again in the same suburb?
Well, Butler's
They
not
are.
massive.
They've been doing this for years.
There you go. Since moved to the area last April, more than 12 cars have been damaged.
Well, now these boys have made it big time. Whoever's doing it, they're on Perth now. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, and that's look, it's a difficult thing for the cops to police because they can't send people.
You're
there.
not going to
But-
police that.
But like, you know, the neighborhood, you got to get around. You got to stop this shit.
Look,
Clearly, it's someone who lives in the area, right?
100%.
You know, forensics, like, you know, you got to
Yeah,
draw a
solvent-based
2 kilometer
chemicals.
radius because these
Yeah.
kids aren't going outside of that.
True. Whoever's
Right.
buying
2 kilometer
solvent-based
radius.
substances and where they can buy it from in that area.
We're getting real deep now. We're getting
You know,
like,
send people door knocking, find out, you know, have they got kids? Dress it up as a consensus kind of thing. Do you have kids? Because chances are this is someone under the age of 20. Like, they're living at home. They're not living, like, they're not paying for rent. Anyone that works is not doing this, right?
But do you shit in your own backyard? Would you be doing it? In
I
your
reckon
own
these.
hood?
I reckon these
Or
are
you get
like.
on a
I reckon
train.
they're 18-year-olds.
They do, like,
Because you got to know a bit about chemicals as
You
well
got-
to risk doing
for
that.
me,
Yeah, that's true.
well, you can go to Bunnings. You're a 15-year-old.
YouTube,
No,
Go
but
to
what I'm saying
Bunnings.
is
YouTube.
that they've got to know what type of chemical to
YouTube,
get.
bro.
This is an intelligent
YouTube.
shop. They're getting a chemical. They can get anything, and it's going to strip a paint. Like, that's not.
But
That's
some-
not research.
Dude, this is not just stripping paint. This is fucking going into the metal and shit.
Yeah, they're getting a harsh chemical,
Yeah.
which you can buy at Bunnings.
I'm sure I know that, Adam. What I'm saying is they're going to know what particular one. They're not just going to go buy a chemical. They want to
Google,
know.
bro. Google.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
can make-
saying.
you
They've
can make a-
researched
You
it.
can make a bomb.
What chemical strips paint?
Paint thinners. Paint
Yeah.
strippers.
That's it.
Even that, but that looks like weird. That's like, how do you pour
It's
that?
like
And
it's like bubbling
it's
and-
fucking
He's
weird.
gone. And
Unless
he's
they're-
gone
are
and
they
literally
like
chucked
bombs?
the bottle, and it's sprayed there.
Or they're
That's
making
essentially
little
it.
explosive bombs.
All right, interesting.
Butler.
Butler,
Where is Butler? North, huh?
Butler's north.
Poms?
Butler's north.
All the English out there, hey?
So Loshy, question for you:
Shoot.
Kanye's album dropped. We got a few things to talk about this in regards tonight because we happen to have family and friend on the album producing 5 tracks. So, what's your first thoughts of
Look.
Donda?
Kanye could fart into a saxophone for an hour and I'd listen to it and think it was good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm biased like that. It's like you got to be a Kanye fan. It's not a hip hop album. It's not a pop album. It's just
Any big songs do you reckon coming off it?
yeah, there will be a couple off the
Well,
grid.
didn't he get like a lot of number ones or something like that? Whatever that means.
Just because the albums, when people just listen to it back to back, and then they just streaming numbers for the first day. Every track will eventually, he'll probably have numbers 1 to 27.
Yeah,
that's what they
27 songs on the album as well.
27.
Yeah,
That's like 2 albums.
And not like skits and interludes and stuff, which he's like a lot of his old stuff. We had little skits, 30-second
like
skits.
a story behind it. shit
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is just track after track, and then some of them are like, obviously you can decide on which version to do of a song. So and second, like last 5 songs of the album, a couple of them are like
Repeats.
Jail Part 2, and it's like
Yeah.
instead of Jay-Z, someone else is on it, and
Oh, really?
yeah, because there's so many tracks, it's a bit hard for me straight away to work out which ones I like and stuff like.
Is there any ones with like commercial appeal that are going to just pop?
Yeah, I think so. Like a couple of like a pretty hard one.
Because he collaborated with a lot of people on there.
Yeah, a lot of people. On
So one of the
it's like Kanye does these masterpiece things, you know what I mean? They're just so produced, and there's these big vocals and these choir notes, and there's these Jesus themes behind it still, and it's just these choruses. And
do you reckon it's a bit of he thinks his shit doesn't stink, so he can do anything he wants?
well,
whenever he
he
wants.
can, because it doesn't. Everything he does is good.
Have you
I
listened
stick
to every
by it.
song?
Yeah, I listened to the album back to back. So yesterday when it came out, pretty much Monday's a very quiet podcast day because a lot of the stuff is from the US.
Yeah.
So it's Sunday there. So I never have a lot on Monday. So I was just all day Kanye back to back to back to back to back. Listened to it again a couple of times today. Now I'm starting to pick out the songs that I like. And
So what would you rate the album out of 10?
at the moment, like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Potentially be an 8
Drake released his.
Friday.
Oh, so they didn't go head to head. Wow, Drake pulled it. But it's interesting because a couple of the reviews that we've been looking at was that
Charlemagne the God.
who's big on radio,
Yeah,
the
the
Breakfast
the
Club
Breakfast
over in
Club.
LA,
He just likes
reckons
to be
it's
controversial.
a bit dated, not that crash hot.
It's just very, like I said, it's very produced, very, very grand. Not grand, but very just, I don't know, just a lot going on.
So we've had Damon's family, our good friend Mickey Muley, aka Fanatic and Zach.
Mikey, yeah, F and Z, they've actually done a lot this year. The last couple of years, they've really done a lot. They did the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber's
So
Stay.
that's the number one song in the world at the moment, and they produced it. They're Aussie guys. If you haven't heard it, go hear it. Kid Laroi is an Aussie kid.
Yeah. So they
Collab
did a
with
few.
Bieber. They produced the track.
So I think Mikey really got big with like ASAP Rocky. I think that's when he
ASAP Rocky's when he went big.
Like he
yeah.
did quite a bit of stuff before that still, but it was when all his work with ASAP Rocky that he started popping really getting going. And then Denzel Curry did a lot of stuff with him, and now like Killer
He's
Roy.
producing.
Did the stuff off Kanye's last album.
Yeah.
Did he do anything for Beyonce?
No, they just
He had dinner with them in the Hamptons
years ago. Yeah,
with Jay-Z and Beyonce. That was a story and a half. That
Better
one.
be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
So he produces the songs.
Yes.
Does he produce only the songs
So he
that get on
produces-
the album?
he
Does he
produ-
produce a bunch of them and then he chooses which ones?
Oh
he
yeah,
wants?
yeah. So,
So
he's got.
Yeah.
So
Does he sell them or does he still own them?
no, it depends. So most of them you just sell them, and then that's it.
He sells the beat. He sells like he could sell.
But
yeah.
he'll probably have 50,000 beats on his computer. Do you know what I mean? Just stuff done there. But now the last couple of years, he's kind of not exclusive, but like done a lot of work for Kanye. He's kind of been employed directly by Kanye to do a lot of stuff, and like he's not the only producer on a song. You have a look, and there's 5 or 6 people credited with it. You know, because
So he may produce like the beat or the groove, and then Kanye goes, "I like that. Can I grab that?" And he'll get that
That's
off them.
something else.
And then someone else comes on top of it, and then they create the
But
vocal.
they don't get any royalties on the.
Depends.
depends. It depends on who, like the contract you have. Yeah. Each person's different. You get executive producer credits on some, and
So he was listed as a producer of Donda.
and
'Cause he's got 5 tracks,
five songs on there.
which is pretty huge. Absolutely
He
huge for Mickey.
he sent me a photo the other day of the listening party. So they had the listening party on Soldier Field,
in Chicago,
the home ground of the
just
Chicago
over
Bears.
the weekend.
And Mikey sent me a photo. It was, I think they recreated, I could be wrong here, I think they recreated Kanye's childhood home or something.
There was an article that said that, and then we looked, and it looked like a church.
It looked more like a church. Yeah, I
Yeah.
also heard that, I don't know, and I think they burnt it down.
on
during
Soldier.
this.
And they have fucked up
Yeah, they've ruined the
Soldier
field.
Field a week before
So-
the NFL season kicks off.
It was a sellout.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how many people were there or anything like that. I don't know how exclusive. It wasn't super exclusive. Like you could still buy tickets and stuff, but it wasn't a concert. It was just a listening party. So it's just
27 songs. How long is that listening party?
I think it's an hour and a half. The album
Wow.
total. I think maybe an hour and 40 or something like that.
I cannot remember the last time I listened to a whole album.
See, there's probably 5 artists that
I know. I can remember. It's never happened.
never.
What?
Never.
Never back in the day.
Never listened to a whole album.
No.
Ever.
Wow, really?
Mainly because I already knew what songs I wanted to listen to. But if I bought the album,
So you
I would
just listen to
I'd
those?
just listen to those.
Yeah.
And then I'm very commercial, so if it's
that.
very like out there, I just no thanks.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. If you're gonna ask me what songs I like, chances are 80% of the population likes them.
Yeah.
I'm not going different. I don't try to be different for the sake of being different. That's not me. So yeah, I won't be listening to Kanye's whole album.
There's so many
See,
I can just rattle off that I can
only,
listen
like,
to start to finish.
Nowadays, there's like 5 or 6 artists that, if, like Kanye's one of them, that if they bring out an album, I do what I'm doing at the moment. I listen to it back to back to back, really like get a feel for it, and then you work out your songs you like.
Are you like that with Drake? Are you going to be doing for his on Friday?
Kanye, Jay-Z, Drake, Eminem, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. That's
Kendrick
probably-
Lamar's got his album
No,
coming
but
out
they're,
as well.
they're the people that when they release something, I just listen to it flat out.
Yeah, I know, but Kendrick's got his coming out as well.
Does he?
Yeah, very
So I'm
soon.
very out of touch.
If Ice Cube came back in the game, would you?
Oh yeah, listen, yeah, and like guys like the game. Even if someone puts an album, I'll listen to it once or twice, but not like over and over like these ones.
Yeah.
If I listen to it once or twice, a song jumps out, I'll like it, so I can hear it again, and then
What do you reckon the Chicago Bears are feeling right now, considering that's fucked up their field?
Well,
It's bad
their fault.
enough.
They
For,
let them use it.
it's bad enough for people to be reporting that the field is literally fucked.
what do you reckon he paid?
To use it?
To use it? Oh, you're talking hundreds of
No, I
thousands
think
of
they
dollars.
take
That's that.
take a clip of the
Gate.
ticket sales. That's generally
I
how
reckon
it
he would have
works.
to pay over $1 million. He was paying $1 million a night just to sleep at Atlanta Falcons.
Was he paying $1 million a night?
apparently
Sleep? What?
Why was that a
when
million?
he
Did
was
you see
making
his room?
Donda, yeah,
He
when
made
was
it
making
inside
Donda,
at Atlanta Stadium.
Mercedes-Benz.
Hang on.
Stadium.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Slept
Yeah.
where?
There's a
Bro,
photo of his
in
room.
like a fucking
It's
press box.
Yeah.
So
honestly,
they made a room for him.
No. Picture this office with no furniture in it.
Yeah.
And then
And there's a cot, like a bed on the
Yeah,
side,
like
a TV on the wall.
a cot.
Yeah.
And then
So
a
he's in
little
a
shoe,
room
a little shoe rack,
with a TV.
a little shoe rack. Honest, a few pairs of Yeezys.
What do you
and he was
reckon? I know he made it there. Do you reckon he was testing the? Well, obviously, he had to do like sound and stuff. Maybe he was doing it in the stadium to
He's
see
just
what
a-
it sounded like.
No, he's just
No,
a
that's
weirdo,
not
bro.
right. He's just
He's
dumb.
just a weirdo.
And then he'd rock up to games because there'd obviously be games during the weekend and
MLS
stuff, and
and
he'd have the sock on his fucking head or the
Is
stocking.
that why he was there?
Yeah. He was living there,
Couldn't work out
bro.
why he was at an Atlanta United game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he was doing there. He was living there. He was just
He's
roaming
trying to
around the
sleep.
stadium.
He's trying to sleep and a fucking soccer game's going on. He's trying to tell everyone to shut the fuck up.
He's fucking next level, but we know he's got.
He would do your head in.
Oh, absolutely.
To be around him.
Oh, yeah,
he
full
would
on,
do
full
your head
on.
Well,
in.
he's
Just-
got. Has he got bipolar or what did he?
Yeah, yeah,
He's got bipolar.
It's just like you said, just way too full on all the time. Just
But like it would be there. It'd
Whack
be like,
stuff.
okay,
You
so you know
couldn't
how you
keep
get
up.
those people where they, you kind of know it, but you sit down there and then they'll just rattle off
Yeah.
garbage.
yeah.
So they'll start a conversation topic that was nowhere near what you were talking about, and then they'll just go on for a half an hour,
But-
and then at the end, and you have to, he'd be the guy that you'd pretend to go, yeah, like okay,
But then whatever you say to him, he wouldn't even.
no, he
listen
wouldn't
to.
register at all.
He'd let you finish, and he listens just to respond.
I've got a few people like this, not in my life, but I've, have been not involved with, but just
Come across.
come across. And my technique is
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, wow. Crazy, bro.
That's sick.
Fuck yeah, that's,
Really?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And then like if you're with people, you signal,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, get me out of this.
Let's go.
But just
He would be like too much.
too much.
Too much.
See,
And-
Drake is someone like I could probably
Yeah.
nah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. He wouldn't be as. It's a different style. I mean, even when like you listen to a Drake album compared to a Kanye album is hectic. Like there's so much going on. There's like I said, there's all of a sudden there's this big choir, and then there's this big drum line, and then there's a fucking.
Who said that he'll probably one day release an album with no sound and say you have to feel the music,
The vibrations.
and then people would probably go, "Yeah, I can hear it."
I'd be one of those dickheads.
and he would listen to it back to front.
I'm telling you. Absolutely. Track 7.
Track said, bro, a really different
You know
signal
what?
came
Me
through
and
frequency.
Catters and I, every Kanye album, we always like, yeah, it's good.
Well, Cat. Oh yeah.
We always agree.
I don't know
Cat is
about-
a groupie.
I think Catters is about as good as Brucey when it comes to music and
There's
taste.
a few people that
Hey,
We
I
agree on.
acknowledge that I don't
I
give a
love
fuck
you.
about music.
Put on fucking Summer of '69 and let you do your
I
thing.
have my karaoke songs.
You got your.
That is it.
Do you drive and ever listen to a playlist of music or anything, or is it just
Yeah.
podcasts?
If like Loz
That's
puts
a
it on,
great question.
it's background shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening. There's a few songs I'll hear and I'll go, that's a good song.
yeah.
But it's like it's mainstream. Like what's this Lasting Lover with James Arthur or something at the moment? That's probably like 6 months old or something.
I don't know.
But like it's a remix with Kygo or something.
Lasting love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait,
I've got
I don't
that
even know that.
At the workshop.
Oh,
It's a Kygo song
I
apparently.
don't know
Yeah,
the
it is.
artist at all.
All right. Now these Kygo songs come on. Like, he's got some fucking
What's
good
Kygo?
tunes here. He's a DJ.
he's a DJ producer.
But like for me, that's as much as it will be. If I'm in the car by myself, I've got podcasts on.
Yeah, same.
So if I'm in the car with Loz, chances are now we'll pop the Wiggles on for Alessio, and that's it,
Is that his jam with the Wiggles?
mate. That is like it's like crack.
It's funny because
Can someone explain this to me? Why it's the colours and all
That's
that shit
what
that
I
gets
mean.
them going?
Because it's-
Because
for
that
30 years,
No, because
they
he's
have
not watching
been
it.
kings.
He's watching it sometimes, but he's also listening to
It's
it.
just that they've
It's
got
the
it
mix
of
nailed
everything.
at home.
Why-
It's
why-
the colours.
Yeah.
It's the smiley upbeat. It's the music that's like got that mix of high pitched tunes, like everything. Like you could put on a song. It's catchy. The kids they just get like we were at my brother's and Alessio was he's at the age now where he's trying to explore and suss everything out, right? So he's constantly moving, and we put him down. We put the Wiggles on, and for 10 minutes he was just like this, like just still.
It's
like,
amazing,
just
hey?
looking at
Every
it.
kid.
okay, so if you put on
30 years
He's
consistently.
doing that now with there's a show called In the Night Garden. He's doing that now with Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Boom,
Yeah,
I was big on
But
that.
not the
I was-
old one.
No,
Like
fuck
there's
with
this
that.
new one where they look like little kids. They're chipmunks, but it's
CGI or whatever.
yeah, right.
Right.
But it just looks like new technology and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
But the chipmunk has the high pitched noise, a little bit of color, and he's just like captivated by it.
what happens if you put on something a bit old? Let's say you whacked on Transformers. You reckon
No,
it
because it doesn't have
doesn't have it?
the upbeat
What? Not even
It's
the
the xylophones and those kind
There
of
must
like,
be, how that, there's a sound where people like certain age or whatever
Yeah,
can only
yeah.
hear. There must be something that these little kids can hear
like a dog whistle.
stimulates him.
Yeah.
there, and then
That's what I
obviously
mean.
the
It's
picture's
obviously
bright.
like studied. That's
It's bright.
They
And
just got
if,
it
If you're
right.
watching, say, an adult show, it doesn't have the same effect.
But Alvin Chipmunk doesn't make any sense because that show's not designed for a 10-month-old. That's for the one that he's watching, or every now and then what he watched.
It's like
is
seven-
like 7 to
yeah.
plus year
Like
old.
a lot of dialogue and
Right,
stuff.
he can't be following it. He's just like something's captivating him.
Or he's a little genius and he understands everything.
But like
Matilda.
that, and then there's like a TV show called Bluey. It's pretty it's not funny. It's just it's got this catchy tune. You're like, but he's not the age where he can just for half an hour or an hour watch.
Right.
He'll watch for 5 minutes and then he just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny to sit him when you can't get him to sit still at the moment. He's like,
I could have been a wiggle. I should have been a wiggle, maybe.
you have the charisma.
Yeah.
You had the hair
You have
as
to
well.
shave your beard. You can't be on the Wiggles with beards.
Yeah, beard's scary. For a lot of kids, fun. Beard's scary.
But you could. And you have to get that part of you where you feel embarrassed and park it.
Oh, I don't have that.
If you don't have it, it's even better.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're talking to the same person?
Did we go to the same school?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. You either don't have it or you get it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
park it somewhere else.
I reckon it'd be so fun because I don't get over playing with kids. Like I could play with kids all day. Like
Yeah.
I just get on the same level.
How good.
They get over me before I get over them.
All right. Moving on.
Come
It's
on,
an
Ian.
interesting thing.
Transgress.
Now, you've been to Brazil, Brucey. Interesting things just happened recently. Hostages strapped to a getaway car, bombs scattered throughout the city of Brazil after a bank robbery. Run us through Brazil to begin with. Is this some type of shit that's set in a movie? But you can actually see footage
Oh shit!
of people strapped to the roof of a car in a getaway. So, like, the bank robbers have obviously got these people, strapped them down to the car so the police won't ram them or anything like that.
I'm not going to castigate Brazil because I think this is pretty much what happens in Central and South America.
Yeah.
Daily.
I don't think this is just Brazil specific, but there are certain parts of Brazil where not to go. Like in Rio, you don't go to the favelas if you're a foreigner. There's no foreigners there at the moment unless they're living there. So, this just seems like a systematic heist where
They're desperate, I guess. No tourism, no one to rob.
How nuts is that, Bart?
they'll use people as
So someone died, a civilian died.
They don't really care. Like someone dying for them to get what they need is irrelevant. The person's relevant.
So
Killer
the
beach.
police couldn't even track them down until they found the burnt out cars because there was other bombs scattered throughout the city. If that's not
What city is it?
it was just saw that.
Hobart.
Hobart, Brazil. Go on, Chop. Say it. There it is. Next line. Nuh-uh. With the little funny C.
You have got Buckley's on pronouncing that.
Ah, go for it.
Arasaruba, Arasaruba.
Say how you say. I don't know where that is. So
In the northwest of Sao Paulo. So it's a city in Sao Paulo.
okay, so if Sao Paulo, that's
Early Monday morning.
Sao Paulo, one of the most populated cities in the world.
Yes.
Very.
It's big.
Damn.
but it's like
And these
densely populated. Like it's
tiny.
You got to think that's pretty
It's not a big city in terms of landmass. It's just there's a lot of people
living in the favelas. You got how crazy is that? But they planted bombs around the city so the cops couldn't fucking find them. That's
not
next
and it's
level.
not a good looking city. Like it's not attractive in terms of to visit.
Well,
So-
how can it be when there's so many people there?
Yeah, but like there's a lot of cities that have a lot of people that still have like Rio has a lot of people,
It's a beautiful city.
but it's still weird. It's on the beach, picturesque.
COVID must go ape shit.
Sao
in those
Paulo's like a
places,
concrete.
Oh, Brazil's been one of the
jungle.
worst hit by a mile. Like just
people
landfills of
everywhere.
people dead, and they just live on top of one another. Crazy.
Yeah.
But that's got to be one of the most brazen things I've
That'll
ever
probably
bloody
be a
seen.
movie soon.
What that
That,
incident?
yeah, people getting strapped
Well-
to. Do you know what is going to be a movie soon?
Yes.
Did you see
The
that?
Dennis Rodman 48-hour bender he had in Vegas during the finals.
That is.
That would be next
Oh,
I'm
level.
glad it's going to be a movie and not a documentary.
And the people are doing it also did.
22 and 21 Jump Street.
Thank you. So it'll be funny.
But like, if it was a documentary, it'd be like,
Yeah, I know, but the fact it's a movie.
reenact it.
Who's playing Dennis Rodman, you reckon?
Who's playing MJ
Do you
when
reckon-
he comes and
do you
tries
rec-
to get him out?
Do you reckon they're going to
Who's
do...
playing Phil Jackson?
Yes. Do you reckon they're going to do a more funny one, like 22 Jump
Yeah, I
Street, something
think
like
so.
that? So it's not as serious.
Oh,
just so they can
yeah.
get really crazy with it?
Yeah, I
Because
think
it was
so.
it would have been fucking
But
crazy.
because you could very easily, in the wrong hands, that could be a silly movie.
Yeah.
Well,
in the
yeah,
wrong
and
hands.
then people just go, oh, that's all
it
bullshit.
can't be
Yeah,
a play by
whereas-
play. It has to be something that
A story
like
within
a
the
hangover.
story. Yeah,
I was gonna say
a
that.
sub-story within the
Very
story.
similar, like a Hangover,
Yeah.
and it's just like Dennis Rodman.
no, is
48
it called
hour-
48 Hours in Vegas?
No, they just said it's been green lit to be written and made into a movie, so they're doing it now. No title.
Carmen
A
Electra.
movie about Dennis
Carmen Electra, yeah.
Dennis Rodman makes sense
Yeah, anything about that. I love Dennis Rodman.
because he's out there.
Fucking went to North Korea twice. One of the
I
few
think
people to
often,
come back
yeah.
for North Korea.
He's good friends with Kimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmy. He's
Crazy.
going to play Kim.
That'd be a fucking good movie.
Yeah, what the 48 Hours in Vegas or
Yeah,
him going
like
to
and
North Korea?
just that and seeing what actually happened, because obviously he won't give a fuck. He's already basically told everyone what he did. It's just more or less getting down to the nitty gritty,
He's
what
an
happened
open
behind closed doors and all that shit, which everyone wants to know.
It'll be even
Carmen
better.
Electra reckons he just
Yeah,
on
of course.
packs.
How good would it be if they just played themselves? Get Dennis Rodman to play Dennis Rodman. Remember
I'd
that
like
movie?
Carmen to play herself
Yeah,
for old time's sake.
the whole time. Do you remember that movie that Dennis Rodman did? And it might have been with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It was with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Double Trouble,
And it was
Double-
with the guy who Mickey Rourke was the bad guy in it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you do. He had weird hair and it was a baby, kidnapped the baby in the
No, I
Coliseum.
don't think I watched it.
100%. What's it called?
Double
It's double something.
Dennis Rodman.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I guarantee, Brucey, you've seen it. I guarantee it. It was a
Double
pretty
team.
big double team. Yes.
Double team.
Yeah.
Show me the movie.
Show the movie poster. when he had that weird hair.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
They don't play by the rules.
And the baby, he goes in the Coliseum, and then there's a tiger in the Coliseum, and the motorbike, and it's actually a good movie, good entertaining movie.
What was your favourite Van Damme movie?
The one where he goes and he's from jail and he goes and hides out in a farmhouse, and the town's been run by this fucking idiot, and he bashes up all these.
Are you talking about? Is it the Ninja Warrior or something? No.
No.
What's the one where he's dancing? Does that
That's Bloodsport.
My favourite one is Street Fighter.
Yeah, I was going to say Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, very old school.
Nicole Kidman, little surprise.
No, it wasn't Nicole Kidman. It was
Kylie Minogue. Sorry,
Kylie Minogue.
I meant to say Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, that's where she learned from Van Damme these, call them bum strengthening exercises.
right.
And that's how she got her famous derriere.
Really, Adam?
Yes. Van Damme taught her. So we have Van Damme to thank for that.
Do you remember when Van Damme did that Volkswagen commercial where he was between two trucks?
Yeah, and he's like,
And he did the
his legs
splits?
would raise, and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
They did the split.
He's
It's
done
playing
that.
to that
He's
song.
actually
It's
done
playing
that.
to that Edna song.
This song. Sorry. This one. Hard Target. Hard Target was the movie.
No, my favourite was Sudden Death, where it's at the Pittsburgh
yeah.
Penguins game.
What was the other one where he goes back? Is it one where he goes back in time? He's like there's a future version of him. He's
Universal Soldier.
Universal
Yeah.
Soldier
And
with Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. That was a fucking good movie as
I remember
well.
that.
there was a period, so that was obviously the 90s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Where he was like an action king.
Well, he's
action movie king.
Well, he
He's
was
a ballerina too.
The other big one he did was in '96, The Quest.
Yeah, I remember
That was a
Quest.
huge movie. And
That's
Time
Asian.
Cop. Time Cop was
That's
the one
probably
you're
the one
talking
on
about.
Time Cop.
Yeah, Time Cop. Because he goes back in time in a
Because
capsule.
someone kills his family, or something like
yep.
that, and he goes back in time.
Yep.
try
Remember
and
Double
save him.
Impact when there's two of him?
Yes. Fuck, he had some wicked action movies, didn't he?
So he was.
Yeah, but you have
know,
a look at them. They're all like 35% Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, but it's an
and
action
he
movie.
just pumped them out.
yeah, but they're the best. That's the thing, the
Nowhere.
cheesier, the better.
There it is. This is the one I'm talking about. Nowhere to Run. With what's her name?
Ashley Judd.
No. You know
Chris
it.
Judd.
Arquette. David Arquette's sister.
Patricia.
No. What's it called?
Sure.
Roseanne Arquette.
Oh, right.
This bird here. She was in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one where he goes to the farmhouse and takes care of it.
All right.
That's
good.
good.
On ya.
All right, boys.
One thing, though, you've watched, I know, you said Nicole Kidman before, 8 Perfect Strangers.
It's 9 Perfect
Nine-
Strangers.
fuck, I keep saying that. I keep forgetting which one it is.
So this is a show on Amazon Prime. It's just come out. It's at 4 or 5
4
episodes.
episodes in.
It's good, eh?
It's not finished, isn't it?
No.
I'm kind of starting to wish
I
that
thought I did.
left it, but until they're all out, it's very intriguing. Like,
Yes. Where's it going to go?
that's what I mean. Not a lot's happened so far, but a lot has sort of happened, and it's very interesting. Some good actors. They're playing some good
Say Nicole
characters.
Kidman's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the head of this
Wellness center.
So nine strangers with different issues in life. One's an ex-footballer. One's had a family that lost their kid. They're all going there for a 10-day retreat to find themselves and get help.
And it's just, it's
quite
very-
interesting.
Yeah, it's
It's on the list.
So it's on
You
Amazon
know who
Prime.
else is in it? Greg Buell from 8 Mile. The one that's fucking his mum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in heaps of stuff. He's a really good actor.
Yeah. Fucking Greg Buell.
And the other bloke you're talking about, the footballer, I forgot his name, but
Bobby
he's in
Cannavale.
he's in Broadwalk Empire.
I want to watch
And
that.
It's very
Never
good.
watched it.
Brother speaks
Should.
very highly of it. Reckons he's one of his favourite TV shows.
No,
That
it's a
and
good show.
Mad Men have been on my list.
If you
for a
like
while.
Sopranos, you like.
Mad Men is very similar to Sopranos in a way that shit happens, but not a lot happens.
Yeah, okay.
If you know what I mean.
Slow burn.
Yeah, yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
Can't
You
do
know what
it.
I loved in that? January Jones. Then she went ahead, she got pregnant, had kids, but she's
I
a sweet
like
actor.
the
actress.
redhead.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the one, yeah, I know, the secretary.
She's voluptuous.
Yes.
No way, I'm thinking
From
of
Mad Men.
Suits.
Let me bring it up.
Damon knows who she is.
Okay.
All right, but anyway,
Into sport. So
so the AFL finals. Do we talk about that?
we can, but I was going to bring up your two things that you've kindly put into here first.
Yeah, go for it.
The new
Speaking of football,
yes, NFL. So with renewed focus on the NFL athletes, the Jordan brand expands parameters of its universe.
so Jordan Brand's going into NFL, but they're picking the best athletes.
So they're only going athletes, not teams,
Marketable.
Only athletes at the moment.
because they sponsor
Best
Michigan.
athletes or marketable?
So, from my point of view,
Michigan and someone else.
that's the best brand you could be associated with.
100%.
Now, we're talking about like Dak Prescott's going to quarterback. They got Devonta Adams, Jamal Adams, like Kyle Pitts. You know, there's like 15.
Saquon?
Yeah.
Odell?
No, Odell's
No.
Nike.
I can see in 10 to 15 years, the Jordan brand would be the sponsor of the NFL uniforms.
It's a big call.
And the Jordan brand may not usurp Nike, because they can't, because obviously Nike owns the majority of them. But the Jordan brand itself may be the second biggest sporting apparel company in the world.
Because they sponsor PSG.
That stuff
That's
there.
start.
That's the best.
But they do everything so well.
best
Like,
apparel on the market.
I will look at it and go, that's the only sporting apparel I'll wear that I feel comfortable wearing it casually, almost smart casually, everything.
So
Yeah,
just
wear a
on
pair of
that,
Jordans to a wedding.
the Messi, because they sponsor PSG, he got 5% of every Messi T-shirt sale. That was one of the things. So 5% he got, not the brand. Jordan got.
Imagine having a business that spits out that much cash. Like, speak of, like, Andrew Forrest got a $2 billion, like, he
Was it
got
a four?
$4 billion in dividends this year. So literally got paid, didn't
$4
have to
billion.
sell a fucking share, but got a $4 billion in cash into his bank account. Imagine, like, you know how you get that notification that says a deposit's just hit your account?
Yeah, $85. Mason has transferred you $85.
Mine is
Like, oh,
generally
beautiful.
Uber Eats has taken out $22.
You got a refund. Your order has been refunded.
But this is like that.
$4 billion, man. 3 commas. There's 3 commas in that.
Why are you still around? That's my question. When you hit $4 billion
I am with you.
in dividend, why are you still around? You could go be a philanthropist.
He is, though. This is the thing. He's the
Take
chairman.
him-
He's not the CEO. He's not managing it.
Yeah.
He's high level. Obviously, he has a very large influence over the company, but he is doing that stuff that you mentioned. But what he's able to do is that he has a family office. He has a family office for investments. He also has a foundation. So there's the Mindaroo, the Tatarang, all that stuff. Normally, when you run a family office or you're running an investment portfolio, you have to sell things to do other things. Like, you can't you don't have an endless supply of capital. These guys do. So they never have to sell anything. They get more cash coming in. They've got to
crazy,
deploy it. He doesn't want it sitting around. Like, he wants to make it work. So he can go, like, he made a takeover offer for a nickel company in Canada for 31 cents. BHP came in and offered 55 cents for it. And then he's just gone, fuck it, I'll offer 70 cents.
70 cents for a whole company.
Him is own.
No, 70 cents per
there is no
share.
other
Thanks,
owner.
Chop.
There's no other equity.
You're fucking.
You're a fucking...
He's no other equity owner in the vehicle that he's investing through. So he's the only person. Like, BHP is a fucking conglomerate.
So this company, this nickel company, is just laughing. They've gone from 31
well,
cents
they
to
were a
70
basket.
cents.
They were a
Thanks for
basket
coming.
case a few years ago. This company, but clearly these guys know. They see the value, where their asset is, what type of nickel sulfide it is. All that's technical shit. But the fact he can just come in and just like go over a major and go, and this is not through FMG. This is through his own personal like
Just
investment
like being
company.
at an auction, just going, no.
They have that much money.
That's crazy, eh?
I wouldn't be... Yeah, I wouldn't be...
For
having
if
those
you
kind of
paid me $4 billion dividend,
You never see me again.
I'd have my own fucking island.
Island.
Someone go,
Island.
here's $1
So
billion.
would you go off grid?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
shall.
Can you be a billionaire and go off grid?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why you can go off grid. You go billion.
I'd go...
Nothing. Don't need to speak.
Like-
all my family and friends would be taken care of.
I'd maybe stay on the
Ciao.
mainland Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Why did you stay somewhere?
Just to get stuff done. You see the family, have dinner with one side of the family, dinner on the other side of the family, whatever, and then the rest of the week.
Well, is there any islands you could purchase off the mainland?
What would be the best part about being that rich?
Just not caring about anything. There'd be nothing to care about besides
Yeah, but
making sure your people you
They
love
see,
are all right and that you want to take care of them.
I would
That's
think
it.
it's like he's super yacht rich, obviously, You can have and you can just invite all your friends on. Everyone has
That
their
would
own
be
bedroom.
cool. That would like a
Everyone
super
has their own
fucking
room.
yacht.
If
and you
I'm
just-
a billionaire, everyone around me is okay.
Yeah.
Like no one has a mortgage.
no, not even
least.
that. If you're there's levels to this. If you're a billionaire, my friends have houses, cars, and like you could buy a house and a car for each person, and
Yeah,
not
a
even
billion
friends.
is so much money.
That is so much money. Then I agree with Brucey. A super yacht, like next level, that you can sail around the world and just
So I think-
support everyone.
I think he's got
invite your friends over.
He's got a private jet. I think it's a Gulfstream 650. One of the best. Can fly non-stop from like New York to China. It might not be that one, but it's
All
only
right,
similar.
that's a terrible point of reference. Where can it go from Perth?
well,
I don't know how
effectively-
far New
New
York
York,
to
New
China.
York to China is like over 10 hours.
So it's probably longer.
Yeah, it's probably 12.
Probably
so
about
it'd be like
15
Perth,
hours, call it
say
that.
Perth to London.
Yeah, just shy of London, I reckon.
Fuck.
But like,
You own
So
that.
anywhere you're not stopping, you're doing what the fuck you want, pretty much.
it's a level of like lifestyle we'll never know because in all likelihood we'll never get to it.
Hang on.
And-
And large dog holdings could
That's
get
like
us there.
generational wealth.
But
sort
like
of shit.
you know,
unless you.
yeah, we have a friend whose family is into that wealth at this point in time. They can't access the capital like Forrest can. He's the closest maybe we'll get to see what it would be like, even being arm's length from that kind of wealth.
I'm going to have to ask you who this is after this. 'Cause
They own a software company, Chop.
We'll get
Canva.
You, we'll get you afterwards.
Ah, see. All right.
Exactly. Just to be intrigued, just to see.
Fuck, I thought you meant a closer friend than that.
Because
Yeah.
there's a whole world that we just don't know. Like
Nah. When you get that rich, there's
Yeah.
doors that open that you never knew fucking existed, and you're like, oh, I can do that. Oh,
literal and
available.
metaphorical, like literal, like
What's-
doors into like bars that we don't even heard of.
Yeah,
like this
I know
secret
you'll
world.
go off grid, but what is enough wealth for you?
To go off grid.
No, not off grid, just to
What, retire, not give a fuck.
not have a qualm.
Oh, like it's hard to put a price on it.
But you could don't necessarily put a price on it. Say might
Just
be
enough.
mortgage free, might be
yeah, just enough that I've got a little bit of land. Not that doesn't have to be like Dutton Ranch, but a few thousand square meters would be nice somewhere, and just enough that you can go on a nice big holiday with the family once a year and just be able to do what you want to do. Realistically, do you know what I mean? Like
20 mil.
But now I live the way I live. I get like the shoot, like I buy what I want, still on a small scale, but still to be able to do that with a bit more land.
20 mil, cash in bank, 20 mil is fuck you money. That means I don't give a fuck. I'll do what I want every single day. I'm retired. That's 20 mil cash in bank. That means if I want to go buy that fucking McLaren, I can buy the McLaren.
If you've got
not
20 in the
fetch.
bank, you surely will
That-
never like you always have 20 because
So you
Yeah.
don't. So when you have 20 mil in the bank, you don't go and just spend that 20 mil.
No.
You use it to pay you an income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay you like a dividend or a fixed interest, whatever it is, or you leverage that 20 mil.
Exactly. To borrow
Like
more
if
money,
right
yeah.
now interest rates are low, so you'd use that asset essentially to go and get.
No, see, you
More.
use that asset because you just deal with it all for me.
No, but like if you've got 20 mil, you could go borrow 5 mil
Yeah. And run up
and use that
fucking
5 mil to do things like buy a property or anything like that. Because what you're hoping for is the value that brings to you more than exceeds
Yes.
the interest rate component.
Yeah, okay.
And pays for itself and then makes you more money, and that's
Well,
that's it.
Yeah.
But 20 mil for me, that's a goal in life. That's fuck you money.
That's yeah.
David
And I
wants
would
land,
love,
Chop wants 20 mil.
I would love to tell some people to fuck off.
Oh, so you'd get the money and go, you
Fuck off.
fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Pretty much. All right,
Yeah. Okay.
let's move on. So, an interesting thing happened in high school football in the US this week, where a team,
A fake team,
a
fake high school.
team, pretty much, they claim to have a lot of Division 1 prospects. Got onto ESPN, so ESPN televised their game, which they only do a few high school games a year, against IMG Academy or something like that, which is like the AIS for those playing at home. And this team got absolutely fucking walloped.
What I don't get is ESPN's a very big company. You think it's no one doing any research, just letting this team apply to be on ESPN?
Look, the
Yeah.
way I imagine that how it would come about is that they would have a showpiece game, an event, and they almost give it to call it like, what do they call it in music circles? A promoter. So they say, all right, go put this high school, because clearly it's not a league, it's not anything like that. It's just like, this is a one-off exhibition event. You know, there's clearly a market for it. We need to fill our content schedule. Right. You go and find this game, because it's not ESPN going, oh, you're a good high school, you're a good high school, match up. It's they would have underlings.
So this is in Ohio.
So it'd be promoters. They would come in and say, in a sense, promoters, call them even producers, and go, oh, I've got these two high schools. This is an idea for you. Maybe they play off in a game.
Yeah. I get that, but then
so listen to this. So this is like, you usually do your pre-match like production, and all that. So this is the actual commentators.
Services. So it's okay if that's what you're telling us. Fine, that's how we take it in. From what we've seen so far, this is not a fair fight. And there's got to be a point now, Lucas, where
which is the bad team? The black team?
The black team. They're getting pumped 30-0, and it's halfway through the second half, and they're about the other
Second
team's
quarter.
Second quarter, sorry, and they're about to score another touchdown.
I reckon the other team takes it easy on them.
I think they pull back. I think it's 52 zip.
Oh, yeah, wow. This is just such a weird.
So ESPN just looking like clowns televising this game that everyone's going, what the fuck is this? And it just
So that's when you just own it and say, yeah, we knew it was going to happen, so we just put it on there to show a team get tanned.
Like this,
There's so many different desks that has to
it's almost like they've got catfished.
Yeah.
They did. Well, clearly,
Exactly
like, if your commentators are going, we could not verify any of this,
Yeah,
you know you're fucked.
Apparently, they went to look at the website, and the website was more like just an amateur blog. So, like, the school was Bishop Sycamore or something.
Yeah.
And they're like bishopsycamore.com, just like some amateur blog that someone was.
It's shock. It's so funny. It's so bad. So bad. So college football starts this week. Ohio State play 8 a.m. Friday morning, which is a fucking first. So me and Mule, big Ohio State fan, we're converting Brucey. Do you have a college team?
No.
So Brucey's an Ohio State fan now.
No.
And we're going to follow him. We're ranked number 3 now going into the season with, I believe it is Oklahoma.
I'll go for any team playing Ohio State.
That's gay, Adam. No, I shouldn't have said that. Touch wood.
Touch wood? Why do you have to touch wood?
I don't know, because it's bad. Apologise. It's not gay. That's the wrong word.
Look,
to use.
honestly,
You're
college
digging.
football's good, but I can't pick a team because I didn't go to the school.
Nothing compares
Ohio State. So, Mule,
to NFL.
give us... Is this the final week?
Nah,
Shit.
we got 2 more. I thought it was.
I want you to do us already.
No. We're doing Brucey's this
Brucey.
week.
Well, let's just say.
Let's do
AFC
it.
South.
I thought we had, so clearly you miscalculated your weeks.
I did, because I thought I didn't realize it was a week off between preseason and week 1.
All right.
All right,
let's go.
In first place, the Tennessee Titans.
Gone out on a limb there.
Wow.
They lose Arthur Smith, but they promoted within. So the scheme's going to stay the same. Everything will stay the same. They're going to give Derrick Henry the ball. Julio Jones is in there now with Tannehill. I think they're not going to. I can't see them going to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll be a 10-win team.
I think they'll be. I mean, they think they should be a 12-win team,
But I don't think
17
they
game
will be.
season.
I think they'll kind of be found out a bit. Derrick Henry as well, like 3 years in a row to put up 2,000 to be that kind of like take that many carries and stuff. It's going to take its toll. Like
Normally
eventually-
running backs-
Who did they pick up? They picked up someone big.
Julio Jones.
There you go.
Normally, running backs don't have multiple years.
That's what I mean.
Of that.
You even look over time, like rushing leaders for the season, like even in the days of Emmitt Smith and Dickerson, whatever. It's like 2 in a row. Then someone else,
Especially
and then 2
a
in
running
row.
back like Henry, because
He's
running
just
backs like Barkley
downhill.
and McCaffrey, they're bad examples because they got injured, but they have the receiving capability in their game.
exactly.
Henry doesn't have that.
No.
He's got to run lines.
He's
He's
downhill
powerful.
runner. He's just a downhill runner.
And he helps that he's built like a linebacker.
And
Not
they're
even
gonna
a
give him-
linebacker, like a fucking
They'll
tight
give him
end.
the ball 30 times a game
Yeah.
if they have to. You know.
Do you reckon they pull back this year? I think
That's
they do.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
that's
saying.
why
Like, you know, we kind of know this. We're not the only ones that know this. I'm sure they're gonna. But I mean, some guys are just built different.
Yeah.
You kind of hope you get some longevity out of him because that's a beating. Like the last 2 years, he's taken a lot of the.
I don't
But
have
no
yeah.
major injuries.
No.
So
I don't have a lot of faith in their defense. I don't think it's that good. I also don't think their coach. I think their coach is a little bit overrated, Vrabel. I think he's a good people person, motivator, but scheme wise, I don't think he's anything
He's
amazing.
he's a couple of good coaching things he's done over the years. Like he had that.
Look,
yeah, but do you have to be amazing
no,
when
but
you
he's
got
got
Derrick Henry
he's
in your
got the
backfield?
he's got the you
He's
know,
surrounded by the right people.
yeah. But he's also got that the tricks, not the tricks like
The
plays.
Patriots.
You know, like the holding calls and the thing where
running
you
the clock against the
running
Patriots.
the clock against the Patriots, like
That's
a
stuff
Bill
he learned.
Belichick type.
He was
move.
there. I don't know if was he at Patriots his whole career.
Not his whole career.
He won a few Super Bowls,
But he was there
I
for
think
it.
he might have won 3 there in the early 2000s, whatever. So he's he's
He's a
product.
Patriots guy.
He's a Patriots guy, exactly.
All right,
Anyway, what's second?
Next up is the Colts, obviously.
Colts. So we got Colts making playoffs.
Now, maybe. I don't know. The only thing with the Colts, there's been a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of things the last few weeks with the Colts, and not all good. There was the stuff with Wentz and Quentin Nelson being 5 to 12 weeks out with foot injuries, and all of a sudden they're both back. No worries.
Don't like that.
Well, we don't know.
Now, Wentz is on the COVID list this week.
Because he's unvaccinated.
Yep.
So wait, he just keeps going up in the sack category for me. He just keeps rising.
The unvaccinated thing is gonna when it's a QB.
You've had 2 bad seasons. You're playing for a new fucking team who put a lot of faith in you, and you're going, I'm going to risk it and not get vaccinated and then have to go into COVID
He's an
protocol.
idiot.
You're a dickhead.
Yeah, but
that.
he's one of those real churchies. I think a lot of those.
No, but
What the
It's
fuck
dumb.
has church you got to do with
a lot of
vaccination?
them
the-
are anti-vax.
the
A lot
Colts
of
have-
anti-blood
The
transfusion.
Colts
a lot
have
of
the lowest vaccination rates of all the teams. So that's going to hurt because if you get, you don't even have to test positive. If you're in a
contact.
If you're in contact, yeah.
It's
you're 5 days minimum.
yeah,
That to me is almost spitting in the face of owners.
If you're
a
vaccinated,
little bit. Hey.
all you have
Because
to
you're
do is
just like, guys-
test negative.
But then at the same time, it is that whole everyone has a choice thing, whatever.
Okay,
but
cool,
like,
but you
yeah, I know.
Here's the thing. This is what I'd be saying. They've paid me a lot of fucking money. They're paying me a lot of money.
There's no,
To play 16
there's no
games of
justification. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Just get the
no,
fucking
I'm not
vaccination.
I'm just saying this is what I'd be
It's-
doing if I was
It's
him.
just so silly. If you've got vaccinated at all from any other thing, you can get vaccinated for this.
Which
It's
he
fine.
would have had,
It's
whooping
so-
cough,
so
the rest
dumb.
of the fucking
So
shit that we
dumb.
got in
And I was bullish when we got him, but I'm not as bullish now considering it's clearly that there's too many players in there that aren't buying into the season.
Yeah. T.Y. Hilton got injured. They're
That I'm not as worried about because he's
old,
not.
he's a vet.
He's
But-
not
but
like he was not
apparently
a
him
big
and-
threat last
yeah,
year.
but him and Wentz apparently been linking up nicely.
Yeah, but they always say that.
Yeah, they do. They do. Training camp. Funnily enough, the Jaguars aren't going to finish at the bottom of their division, I don't think.
Because they have a team that's even worse.
So I can't believe that.
Speaking of the Jaguars,
Mhm.
Gardner Minshew,
yeah,
they traded him for nothing.
6th round.
To Philly.
You got a first round pick who's, not. He's good. He's going to be great, but there's a good chance
There's
he
going to be
could-
teething issues.
Can we light this up? Because I hate Philly.
Okay.
They're fucked.
No,
They're
but-
basically saying Jalen Hurts is not a fucking shoe-in. They've also got Joe Flacco.
That's what I don't understand.
Who's played well during preseason, and they're
Why
saying
bring in Minshew when
we're
you've got
getting
Flacco?
Gardner Minshew, who has started for
They
the
got him
Jags.
nothing. I guess they just probably think. I reckon he'll probably start with them.
You watch. They'll trade
Not
Flacco.
now,
they'll
but like
trade
later.
Flacco now for a 7th or something like that.
Yeah,
Flacco's
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, but
I like
okay, that's
footsteps.
all right. But
He throws a
that
good
to me tells me that they're not sold on Jalen Hurts.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe they're not.
And that would fucking make me so happy because they're sacks. I don't like Philly.
So the Jags are interesting this year because you got Urban Meyer, first year in the NFL. Obviously, he's been a very successful college coach.
And just quickly on that, a lot of rumblings that quite a few of the players are not happy with his college style of coaching.
Yeah, a couple of things where, like, you got to understand, you're walking into a locker room with 53 millionaires. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You,
grown
hang on, you
men.
don't understand.
thereabouts.
Jacksonville have sucked for years
Yeah.
and will keep sucking unless those dickheads change the
Yeah,
way
like
they play.
there hasn't been many college coaches that have transitioned well. Obviously, Pete Carroll's
Pete
one.
Carroll, yeah.
Nick Saban didn't even
Matt
do it.
Rule's,
Nick
Matt
Saban
Rule's done it well.
So far Matt Rule's
Like,
done it well.
There's a couple of others, but generally the issue that they fall
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy
fall
Johnson.
down on is that they try to treat a professional athlete like he's a college athlete.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So you got to remember, college athletes don't get paid. They're there because obviously it's a stepping stone. No, they're going to buy into whatever you're selling because first of all, they don't know any better,
level.
and also this is their chance.
Yeah.
If you've got a wide receiver who's on $10 million a year, and you're trying to because a lot of college football coaches are like they almost act like generals. These are the soldiers. They're going to fucking, you're at a line, step out, kind of thing. You can't be like that with these guys because most of them are like prima donnas.
Yeah.
They think they're better than what they are, and they don't want to be treated like kids. I get that. So unless he changes his ways, he's going to end up. First of all, he'll alienate a lot of players. They're going to be shit anyway, so he's not in any danger of losing his job at the end of the year.
No.
And he'll probably clean them out anyway and just get more of
But
that
doesn't
style.
matter.
In there.
Like, if you're going to get these guys in, like, you got to have some sort of
Because what
you got to be a bit more. I call it human.
the way I see it, yeah,
bit more Frank Reich like.
yeah. He's got Trevor Lawrence fresh out of college. He's loving that college quarterback.
Yeah, will that hinder his development though? Where he just constantly gets treated like a college
No, but he
quarterback?
won't. You don't think the
He
quarterback
just
like
got-
that.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
This is like your role players.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer's meant to be a very good quarterback coach. Like he does well with the
college
quarterbacks.
football coaches,
And
they
that's-
look after the quarterback. They're skilled players.
Yeah, yeah.
So wide receivers, and if there's someone elite on defense, they're always going to be the ones treated like the best.
Yeah.
Same with what Urban Meyer will do. He's not going to run. He's not going to run shit on Trevor Lawrence because if push comes to shove, do you think the team they'll sack the coach before they get rid of their number one draft pick?
Of course.
So
and Trevor Lawrence had a very good
if you're Urban Meyer, you don't want to piss off Trevor Lawrence. Not only has any pull now, but that's their like
they're
that's their ticket to the glory. That's
they're a
what
bunch
their
of
goal.
nobodies anyway down in Jacksonville, so he would have no issue cleaning out that team if he doesn't
Yeah,
want to.
they got some talent there. I reckon Laviska Shenault, he's my smoky.
they'll be shit.
He's my sleeper for fantasy.
So that means you got the Texans at the bottom.
Dead last in this division, dead last in the league. They're fucked. They got no quarterback.
They're not going to play Watson. They're trying to
can't
trade
play
him. How's
Watson.
Miami trying to pick up Watson?
See, that's what I mean. That's what I
not
keep
sold on
saying.
Tua.
I'm not sold on Tua. Neither are they, because they'd be out of that conversation. And then if I'm Tua, that's not good for your confidence either. And he's a confidence kind of player. Tua.
I never, to be honest, never really rate. I know he was in the best fucking team, best wide receivers and everything.
I agree.
Didn't really rate him as
Was it
in
pick
college.
5 though. So you're saying Titans, Colts, Jags,
Texans.
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 Only the Titans making the playoffs.
Yeah. Texans, I can't see winning a game.
Who's going to win this week in the AFL? Geelong 39 plus for me.
You
What
reckon
did you
they-
think of the Toby Green?
Dumbass.
He's an idiot.
That's one of the dumbest things I've seen.
I gave the umpire permission to turn around and actually go and push him back because that's
Like-
someone dropping a shoulder into you.
That's just and
Like-
when you're Toby Green, you got to understand that you've shot yourself in the foot by being a flog for the last few years.
Look, I don't actually.
act like an
I
idiot.
actually like him as a player,
he's a fantastic fucking player.
and I actually don't. All the other stuff he's done, like get it, like but this is just dumb. Like this was 3/4 time. He was unhappy with the decision, and I don't care what anyone says. He drops the shoulder.
Yeah,
into
drops
him.
absolutely.
drops the shot. You know what he should have done? He should have done that and just quickly turned around. Oh shit, sorry.
No,
And that would have been fine.
Just don't touch it.
But like, if
But
he
they're
could have
talking
still done
about
it.
trading Canelio, their captain, and making him the captain. Just because of that, you can't make him the
no, you
captain.
can't make him a captain. He's suspended every year.
Game gone, season
Is
done.
he's
So
got
now they've got they can't beat Geelong. They didn't think they were going to beat them anyway, but now they can't beat them. The game's here Friday night. Geelong will win that easily. I actually think the Dogs will beat Brisbane.
up there.
I think Brisbane are the most kissed on the dick team in the past 3
Chops
seasons.
had it in for Brisbane for
I
a few
fucking
years.
hate them. Well, no, I just think they've just been handed on a platter and they have not delivered a thing. Haven't even made a grand final.
3 top 4 finishes in a row.
Have
know,
not
a
made
prelim.
grand final, prelim at their home ground
Only two teams
last
can
year.
make the GF.
Did not make it.
So we're tipping Geelong. It'll be Geelong, Melbourne, and then Port Adelaide Bulldogs next week.
And
And
then
Geelong
I reckon.
Melbourne will be here.
So it can't be the grand final that we tipped.
No.
Interesting. You going to go to the game Friday?
Yes.
Uh,
You're not. I'm going.
Possibly. Don't know.
Possibly, you reckon?
Well, I've got to, suss
So
out whether I can.
There's a week off in between the prelim and the GF.
Well, we don't know for sure yet, but it's looking likely it will be, yes, between the prelim and the GF.
And obviously the grand final officially announced to be here at Optus Stadium, which
and
is
it's likely to be at night.
Twilight GF 5:30
go.
start.
Got to go. Once in a lifetime. Historic. I'm going to go.
You're going to go?
I'm going to go.
Yeah, we'll see if we get tickets. All right, fan questions, gents. What would be the most embarrassing way to die within the confines of your average day?
Do you remember years
Jesus,
ago?
Adam.
Do you remember years ago there was that video and the guy, apparently the guy actually died. He was cleaning like an elephant enclosure and the elephant backed up and his head went up the elephant's ass. Do you remember that? The guy's head actually went in and apparently it
I'm
suffocated
more
in it.
disturbed that I don't remember it.
And
That
I
is
remember
hilarious.
seeing that and always
That's not
thinking,
hilarious. Someone died.
oh, but I always remember thinking
What
like,
a way to go.
imagine being that person's like dad or brother or whatever. So I had brother die. His
I
head
can't talk
got
about.
stuck-
I can't talk about it.
His head got stuck up an elephant's
I'm
ass.
gonna throw it out there right now. One of the dumbest ways to go would be this milk crate challenge, and then you snap your neck because the way people have been eating shit on this thing,
I can't understand that.
that
I
would
wouldn't
be
even
the.
go- I
that-
wouldn't go near that. I don't even like standing on two milk crates.
Did you see
I
the
don't like
gender
going up-
reveal?
I don't like going up a ladder.
So I was going to say, like the ladder actually freaks me out a little bit. Even if it's a step ladder and it pulls out.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, 2
I
feet
get
on the
I'm
ground.
like the slowest, like
Yeah,
one
same.
step.
Imagine starting out like, I'm doing this challenge, fucking top, chow, snap your neck dead.
Scorpion. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
actually, that's a good one.
That'd be
Dying
dumb.
at any sort of challenge.
Yeah.
Trying to do any of these like
Like if we ate that hot chip and
viral
somehow-
challenges or stuff like that. Dying that way would be an embarrassing way to go. Embarrassing for your family and stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Bruce?
Well, I said
Or
on the
if you
shitter.
Or
That'd
if you
be
like,
pretty embarrassing.
But what would
Strangled
have to
your-
happen, like on the shit?
Heart attack, whatever, doesn't matter.
maybe the belt's too tight when you're wanking around your neck and you accidentally suffocate.
Actually, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Isn't that how Hutchins died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Hutchinson, what his name is?
NXS.
In excess?
Apparently so.
Hanging himself, choking, and he's having a wank, and he's hanging himself.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I don't think about that.
I don't think
Think
it was
that.
about a wank. I think he just.
No,
Suicide.
that's literally, he was naked, bro.
Nah, no one knows.
That's an interesting one, but that's pretty twisted. But I like
Yeah, I
it.
reckon doing a challenge, doing a viral
Challenge.
challenge.
And
Yes, that would be dumb.
All right,
Embarrassing for your
Embarrassing.
family.
dumb and embarrassing. Would you rather be the best looking person in the world or have the ability to read minds of the opposite sex?
Read minds.
I don't want to know what's going on in Chop's head. I don't want to know what's going on in your head.
I'm not the opposite sex, Adam.
Yeah.
The ability to read minds of the opposite sex.
Well,
Nah, still, actually, you know what? 100% I don't want to know what's going on in their mind.
yeah.
No fucking
Wait,
way.
can you control it? Can you turn it on and
No,
off? Or
well,
you just
you
constantly
could- you could-
hearing it,
Nah.
hearing it.
The-
Yeah,
what-
yeah, absolutely.
So-
Not like Mel Gibson in fucking
Yeah,
whatever
What
that
Women
movie
Want.
is. Yeah.
Sometimes when they're speaking to us, we're going, wow, that's going through your head.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I've done that.
That's what you're saying out loud.
I'll happily
experienced
be
that.
the best looking person. I don't need to hear what people is going on in their heads.
No, I'm going the opposite here. I would love to be able to read their minds
Chop.
and then
I know you.
understand.
I know you very well.
Understand.
That would make you
Yeah.
10
What?
times worse.
10 times.
Because I would know too much.
No, because you don't want to know, bro. You
Oh, fuck, I probably
wanna-
don't.
Like, if you're
Ignorance
walking
is
down the
bliss.
street, right? You're walking down.
No, but
and
if you
then-
could switch it on.
No, you can walk it down and, you tune in and that someone says something like
Yeah.
derogatory about you. I don't want to know that.
Yeah, look
No,
at
no,
this
no,
fat
but
cunt.
Yeah.
I reckon, like, just playing, a bit more devil's advocate here, you could switch it on and off. So if you're trying to pick up a girl,
Nah, you
Nah.
you
can't.
could,
Do you know what?
or if you're miso, you want to understand what
That's
the
no
fuck
point.
she's
If I
angry
could just
about
switch it on
today,
when I want it. Like, then it's just...
Nah. I know,
or
you know
why they think that way. Why was that running through your head?
You know what? That's the beauty.
I'm just
Chop.
playing golf
They're
with the
not meant-
boys,
they're
or
not meant to be.
when you go,
understood.
going to the pub
They're
and having
not-
a drink.
They're not meant to be understood.
100%.
They're not meant to be understood.
They're not meant to be understood.
I think a lot of
Chop.
our female listeners would be
Just tolerated.
Not happy with some of these answers. But anyway, we love yous. We just want to understand yous a bit better.
I don't think they want to know what's going on.
No.
It'd be a lot of
No,
pressure.
they already presume they know what's going on in their head.
It'd be a lot of pressure being the best looking person as well.
Well,
What does that mean? Like, what does the best looking
it'd be
person
easy.
even do for you?
I mean, I'm often the best looking person in the room. Like now.
I love how much you back yourself in, bro.
Well,
All right, next question. Comes from a fan favourite. He's always writing in, so we'll read this one out tonight. Is it a time for professional umpires in AFL considering the overwhelming poor umpiring? I thought they were.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Because
thought
I
they were.
honestly think if they spend all day,
There's only so much you can
there's
do.
not. I don't mean, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Blow the whistle?
Bounce a ball.
Sorry. Like, it's a hard game to umpire. If anything, they make less mistakes in a game than players do.
It's true.
So
It's very true.
they're going to make mistakes. Get on with it. Like, yeah, there was a lot of, from unintelligent Essendon supporters. I'm not going to say they're all unintelligent, but
That's a-
certain unintelligent Essendon supporters, not necessarily people we know, but on platforms that were blaming their loss on the
I was
weekend
about to say, I bet this guy's an Essendon supporter.
for free kicks, right? They lost by 8 goals or whatever it was.
They didn't score a
It
goal
wasn't-
until the last
They didn't
quarter.
score a goal in the second half. Like, they literally did not kick a goal in the second half. Like, umpiring, I get it. Sometimes you feel like it can decide a game, but it doesn't actually.
No.
Like, yeah, like you get a call your way, but then you get the calls your way and other things. Like, if you
And
went
you only remember the bad.
if you went through and forensically looked at the game and said, and then waited for the last minute where there's a big call and you say that, well, I can go to the 6th minute of the second quarter, and that holding the ball call should have been to us, and that was a free kick in front of goal. That should have been
Exactly.
goal. We win the game.
and that
Like,
changes
no,
momentum. But
It's
exactly.
just irrelevant.
Move on.
Yeah.
Human error. Part of the game.
They don't need to be professional.
Whatever that guy's name is, I want you to write in and tell us who you support. I'm guessing
Yeah.
Essendon.
Okay. Last question. In a 400-metre race, would Chiari or Luke win?
No one knows who Luke is.
Luke's my brother, Luke P.
I have no idea.
Motive.
I have no
Well,
idea. if
Chop
Luke's fast.
run-
I would
Ran 11
absolutely-
seconds.
Yes. Thank you, Adam.
400s.
Adam, thank you.
Chop's a PSA record holder.
Thank you.
He's also a semi-pro, former
Adam.
semi-pro athlete,
Adam's my manager.
And a current semi-pro boxing
coach.
instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, I was always quicker than any of my brothers. That's what I was fast.
Look, Chop would probably win the 400.
I'd win every running race against Luke.
400.
Nah, long distance. I think he got a chance. I'm not a long distance runner.
400. I'm calling Luke.
Ooh.
Luke 400. He looks.
I reckon
fit.
we could do
What
that.
shapes Luke in
he
at
like
the moment?
juices.
He's
and
all
shit.
right. He's always been. A
He's
good
always-
one.
Oh,
shape.
we're gonna get this done.
He reckons he's coming down next year. He's coming back to the fruit.
I called him out.
Did you see the post today? Oh, you don't have Facebook. Everyone's been commenting. I'll show you now. Everyone's been commenting
we'll
on
do that
our
after the show.
2013 photo, and everyone's like, "We're coming back next year."
Last chance.
Apparently, you
Even
might not
do
even
that.
make the team.
No, I'm making the team.
Look at that, everyone. Buddha, fucking
All right.
Louis, everybody.
Yeah, bring
back.
it back.
It's
We're bringing
the
it
last
back.
dance.
the last
Take
chance.
Last dance part 2.
Yeah,
It's Damon and Hamilton Kareem.
yeah. Michael Jordan, who?
Luke, if you're listening, we're gonna film the 400 between you and your
I'm
brother.
backing you in, Luke.
We will do it. Thank you, guys.
Whoever wins,
all those green
whoever
juices.
wins gets the trust fund.
Remember to subscribe.
You've been
Mandra.
listening to Any
Whoever
Give
wins
and
gets
Take.
Mandra.
Follow the boys on Instagram and Twitter at Any Give and Take.
I can derelict my own balls.